Hello again. Today I'm going to talk about the Czechoslovakian VZSA 23 through 26 series of submachine guns. I'll show you my VZ24 and 26 that I've built semi-automatic and go over a few of the interesting features. So, this is my VZ24, VZSA 24 I suppose. It's a carbine 16-inch barrel, closed bolt, semi-automatic only, unfortunately. I guess I'll go over some of the history first. They started out in 1948, I believe, with the VZ23 and 25, and those were a 9x19, this Parabellum. And with they had a 90-degree angle grip on them for feeding, I suppose, was the original design. They fed from a 24 or 40 round magazine. When Czechoslovakia joined the Warsaw Pact, they had to switch to Soviet standard calibers, so they redesigned it in 7.62 by 25 Tokarev. And in doing that, they changed the grip angle to a slightly forward cant. You can see here. And I'm assuming to help with feeding. And the Tokarev ones, the 24 and 26, only had 32 round magazines. Other than that, they're pretty much the same. Some of the early guns had different rear sight and stock mounting. They were like a single piece that was milled and slid on instead of these later model stamped single piece. These are probably easier to produce and assemble. Got multiple sling points. I should actually put through this one. On the folding stock, you use it here because this folding stock doesn't have one on the stock. Pierce tab for the folding stock, you would fold it forward and it would hook onto that. I'll show you that on my 26. The barrel nut right here. You have like an adjustable drum sight, I guess. You spin it around. It goes up to 400 or 40 out. Well, probably 400. That's what they're assuming. Good luck hitting that. The sights are absolutely terrible. Originally they had progressive triggers on them, and in making them semi-automatic, that actually kind of helps because you just remove the full auto function. It's now striker-fired closed bolt. I'll pull both bolt out in a second and show you that. I only have one semi-automatic bolt and 16-inch barrel, so I kind of swap them between the 24 and 26 I have right now. This is the 26. These are both re-welded off of parts kits. To fold the folding stock, you pull it back slightly and rotate. And to lock, push the button, rotate, and locks on the front tab on the, it's like a bushing and barrel nut. Locks onto there. On this side we have the magazine loader, which is pretty neat. Actually, I have some stripper clips. I'll show you it really quick. There's 8 rounds per stripper clip. You just set it in the channel. The magazine there. Zip. And the stripper clip will come out the other side. And these stripper clips work with both 9mm and 7.60 by 25 Tokarev. Here's an original barrel stub, I guess. It was one of the demilled, came with the kits. I just welded a little rod in there to show that it's demilled and use it as a display barrel. One of the other interesting features is on with the short barrel and the original bolt, there's these 2 lugs, and you can use the original bolt as a disassembly tool. So you stick this on the end, over the barrel, and you can crank off the nut. I'll install this short barrel for you really quick to show you how to do this. This sling mount and catch for the front of the stock. Also has a little spring mounted into it, and it ratchets on here. There we go. barrels have a alignment lug on them. It lines up the extractor groove cut in the barrel. Not this one though, because it's demilled. Do that in there. Here you can see the original barrel. They're originally 11.1 inches, I believe, and they had a telescoping bolt. So the bolt goes around the barrel, so a lot of the mass is up front, and then unlike a Sten, where you have long receiver and then the barrel is at the very end of the receiver, the barrel goes in and the bolt has some of its mass in the forward section, and that you can greatly reduce your receiver size. The automatic ones apparently have a RPM of around 650 rounds per minute. They were produced from 1948 to 1968 in Czechoslovakia. I'll show you disassembly of and how the semi-auto group works. Check the chamber. On the back there's a spring. Push in, right the cap slightly, comes off, the whole assembly comes out the back. So here's the modified semi-automatic bolt and striker. This is the charging handle. It springs up when you install into the receiver. Striker spring, striker. This was the bolt work was done by Greg Clark of Gun Builds. He's pretty much the only guy I know that actually makes these parts, and he came up with this design. It's quite ingenious and it works extremely well. Front sear of the original bolt was milled off. Here's actually an original bolt. Had a fixed firing pin, open bolt originally. There's the sear that the original fire control group would catch. And this is milled out flat so that the blocking bar, the hardened blocking bar that's welded in the receiver, it will not accept a open or original bolt. The ejector is on this little rod that's also attached to the recoil spring. Here's an original full auto trigger group that hasn't been modified for semi-auto only. It would pull down. When you reach this point, it would spring back up for semi-automatic, and it would catch again. If you pull it all the way back, it pulls it all the way out of the way. Here is one of the demilled parts kits I have. I'm going to build a 23 and 25 and 9mm with a 90-degree grip angle on them. Got a bunch of parts. I'm using about 2 parts kits per build. Try to get as many overlapping sections as I can. Makes it easier. I like to do re-welds over using a new tube because you get all the, like here there's these little alignment deals for the full auto bolt, which you don't need them on the semi-auto, but I like to keep on the outside the look of the original tube. To me, the history is more interesting than just having a gun. Actually, here's one of the good front bushing or front trunnions I have. This is interesting. This kit came and it had no finish on it at all, and it looked unissued other than it just has no finish. It's very strange. So I don't know if they just never finished it or what happened to that one. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or anything, don't hesitate to send me a message. I will try to help you out or whatever. And check out my shooting video I have with my VZSA 26. I have a few videos back.